Hey Nusra, how are you doing?
Hi. I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm really good. I'm so pleased to have you here. I'm so glad you could join me. As you know, I'm a super fan of your page, and I just thought I'm going to approach you because the value that you offer, what you're doing for mothers or for women, but mothers. I know you work with a lot of mums as well. It's just
Yeah,
amazing to see how
thank
you're
you.
developing them and training them and bringing out their best self. um,
Thank you.
so I've got a few questions for you,
Okay.
and yeah, this is really about wellness and taking care of yourself and why it's important. So
hmm
I've approached you. So can you just tell us a bit about what it is that you do first off?
Okay. Firstly, I want to say thank you for reaching out to me, and it's nice to have this conversation with you. So, what is it that I do? So, I am mad about fitness, especially women in fitness. Narrowing it down, mothers into fitness, because as a mum to 3 kids myself, I know how hard it is to find time in the day to just take some time aside for you, whether it's, relaxing, or whether it's taking a nice bath, or whether it's working out. And let's talk about working out in particular. Um, yeah, I just feel like by mums, that because we're so busy, we don't really have time to say, okay, let me take the half an hour in a day I need to work out. And when you have a child or multiple children, as a mum, you can easily put on weight. You sometimes don't even lose the weight that you've put on during pregnancy. And I'm just very passionate about women losing their post-pregnancy weight and getting fit, regaining their fitness and feeling great about themselves, and just trying to find time in the day to even just put 30 minutes in. So yeah, I started up an Instagram page this year, and just trying to share the kind of exercises that I do as a mother, in trying to keep my body healthy, active, and trying to keep me generally happy and in sane mind.
Okay, I love it. And I mean, you mentioned like how to find the time in 30 minutes in your day. I mean,
Yes.
that is a huge challenge for a lot of mums. What's your biggest tip on where to find it? Is it under the bed? Is it behind the
Oh,
sofa? Like where?
well, I would always say to people, I always say, what's your strong points? What's your weak points? As in, what time do you like to get up in the morning? What time do you go to bed? Say, I'm a morning person. So I get up and do 35 minutes, 30 minutes on average every morning, maybe 5 to 6 days a week, because I know that after 8 p.m., I don't even like talking. If I sit on that sofa, I won't get up. So I know that mornings are my strong point. So that's the time that I am going to motivate myself to get up and exercise. And it's a time when the kids are sleeping. So I get up before my kids,
Nice.
do my 35, 40 minutes before they wake up. And that gives me the energy to actually get them ready, out the house, well fed, well dressed, before attending to myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, and for some people, they're not morning people. So I say, well, if you're at home with your kids all day, you can still work out around them. You can take a brisk walk to the park, you can jog in the park. Sometimes I'll jog with my baby in the pushchair. I'll take a mat with me. I'll take a mat for her. She's got her toys. I'm doing my crunches next to her. It's just finding ways to fit that fitness in, you know. Sometimes I'm brushing my teeth, I'm doing my squats. It's just
Love
little ways to
that.
do it. Yeah,
That is the mum version of it, because we're here for the multitasking, even though
definitely.
multitasking is not always advised because split focus. But I mean, how much focus do you need to brush your teeth?
No,
I
you don't
love
need much.
you know really good tips there.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you started an Instagram page. So
Mhm.
I'm interested in when you started this whole sharing your knowledge. Like, are you a fitness, has this been part of your life? Like, where did this all start?
Okay, so back in 2007, 2008, I became pregnancy and exercise trained. So obviously I did my fitness training, my PT training. And then having had a daughter already, I knew there was a gap in the market for fitness trainers who were pre and postnatally trained, basically, because I injured my back through getting one-on-one training from a male personal trainer. No disrespect against male personal trainers, but if you're not pregnancy and exercise trained, you can give someone bad advice. So, and then after that, I was lucky enough to attend a fitness class, an abs class, where these women took their time with me and literally helped me to retrain my abs. And I was like, wow, this is really exciting. It's interesting. You know, they know how the female body works and how to bring abs back together, etc. So I did some training, and I did, in I think 2009-10, I set up Fraternity. So Fraternity was all-round fitness for women who are pregnant and who have given birth. And I had some sessions going on around North London. So I used to do like mother and baby fitness training in the park. I used to be an instructor at Fitness First. So I used to do like antenatal aqua and postnatal aqua, just little things like that. But it was part-time. And then I moved house. Everything went into storage and I parked it. But over time, I was still helping friends and family who had given birth to try and get their bodies back, basically. And then, yeah, people would say, oh, Nusrat, you should do this. You should do this professionally. You should do this professionally. And I was like, I used to do it professionally. And then I think during lockdown, the pounds started to pile, and I thought, oh, I need to start working out. I'm going to start working out at home. And I would find every item possible to start using to work out at home, whether that's water bottles, sandbags, my daughter's toys, whatever I could find.
I love it.
And then, people started saying, you should share this.
Yeah.
And I was very reluctant because I was very much a personal person, not really on social media at all. I'd never visited Instagram prior to 2020 lockdown. Sorry?
Which is insane. But
yeah, I'd never been on it before. So it was very new to me. I started up the page, and then a friend of mine said, you should do some Instagram lives. I was like, definitely not doing that. And I did. And the first one went very, very well. Got a lot of positive feedback from it. So I literally went into the what's it called? Not the attic, but the loft, and brought things out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give another stab at this. And it's been going really, really well. And I'm just enjoying helping other women, but especially mums, get back into fitness and feel great about themselves. So, yeah.
Amazing. I mean, it's an awesome story, and I love that it's come from wanting to help and support women, and that you have got that expert knowledge as a foundation. How are you finding being a business owner? How does that feel? How do you what are the perks?
Wow. Okay, so becoming a business owner. Okay, so I think when you have a passion for something and you turn it into a business, it's like your baby.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I'm very hands-on. So whatever I put my mind to, I want to achieve. And it is quite hard because I'm a mum and a wife as well, and I'm maintaining a home. So I think I try and put in 110% of my energy as much as possible. And I try and be very professional in every aspect. And what helps me to maintain my professionalism is cutting down on my client base. So it's not about numbers for me, it's about quality. So I don't like to have too many clients at a particular period in time, because I find that I can't give them the one-on-one attention that they need. And I don't do this full time. So until I do, I have to really be on the smaller side so that I'm able to provide the professionalism and the detail and the physical content that will allow me to do well and then grow slowly. Yeah. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what I do because it comes naturally to me. It's a passion, and when it's a passion, it's easier to do. I mean, the Instagram side of it is not so easy to me because I'm new at it. So I am still learning. I mean, I built my own website. That was hard, but I got there in the end. It's not 100% finished yet. There's still lots of changes I would like to make. But as someone who I would say is semi-new, I say semi-new because I did start it 10 years ago, is, you know, I just want it to grow slowly so that it's getting the detail that it needs.
Yeah. Sure. Has it helped you having this as a focus through, you know, what we've lived through this year?
I don't know. I wouldn't really say it's been a focus because knowing me, I would find something else to do. I did actually put on my Snapchat, I need a project for 2020. I need a project. And actually thinking about it now, I was not really into this that much, but I needed something, either, you know, a development project or something to keep my mind occupied. I always got to have something going on. And maybe it has given me a focus for this year. You know, I have a plan of where I would like this business to go in 2021. So I guess it has given me a bit of focus. I even ask myself a lot of times, what did I do before this Instagram thing? Because I spend a lot of time on it now. What did I do beforehand? Yeah.
It is a time vampire.
It is.
But what would your advice be to mums that are, you know, feeling like cabin fever at the moment and are, you know, feeling a bit lost because our whole routines have just been absolutely shattered?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to them?
Okay, I would advise anyone feeling like that to get up, get out of the house and do some exercise. You know, even exercising in the home is good. But I mean, during the first lockdown, getting out into the garden, for me, fortunately I've got a garden, or even a local park, was the burst of energy I needed to refresh my mind and then come back in the house. I mean, I used to go out to work, but now I'm working from home. And believe it or not, I was getting a bit stressed and depressed about being at home all the time. And my husband will come in from work and I'll say, let's go out for a walk. And he'll be like, no, I need to be at home. I've just come back from work. Well, I've been at home all day. I need to get out. And just being outside, getting the fresh air, giving your mind an opportunity to just get out of the house and seeing all the things that need to be done really does make a big difference. So even this morning I woke up, I felt sluggish, I didn't feel great. I didn't go out for my usual workout, but I went out for a walk. I did a 3K walk, did some shopping, came back, and immediately I felt a lot better. And I didn't have to look at all the mess around me that needed to be tidied up. I just took that hour for myself out of the house and came back and felt more energetic. So when I don't exercise, I actually feel quite sluggish. I lose my focus. I don't have a routine for the day. But I work out in the morning and that sets my routine for the day. Because after I work out, I'm hot and sweaty, I have a shower. I get dressed. Then I deal with the family. Yeah, without that, I literally get up in my pajamas, then I get the kids ready. Sometimes I walk the kids to school in my pajamas. And then I come back, look around me, and it's 9 o'clock and I haven't even opened my laptop yet. And it's like, okay, now when am I going to have a bath? And it just messes up my whole day.
It's all about the setup. And my thing is, I like to think, one of my top hacks is to think about going to sleep as the first thing you do in the day instead of the last. Because if you get that part right, because we all know we've clicked the one extra episode on Netflix, or we've stayed on the laptop a bit too long, and then you want some me time, and instead of going to bed at midnight or at 11, it's 1 o'clock, and then you wake up late and da, da, da. So if you get that bit right, then you set yourself up for success, a domino of success, because then you get up feeling good and you can get up on time or early. then you can do your meditation, your exercise,
Yeah.
and I love that piece about getting up before your kids, which, you know, so many of us use our kids as our alarm clocks.
Yeah.
And especially during the holiday season, like, I'm not putting on my alarm. But what I've noticed is that with him as my alarm clock, my 3-year-old, I'm then chasing the rest of my day. I'm, you know,
Exactly.
little tasks that I could just do in 5-10 minutes, somehow
Yep.
still looking at me at 1 p.m. And it is
It's
just,
so true.
it's something that I really noticed. And if I can get to bed on time,
Yeah.
it's going to be okay.
That's a good, yes, that's a very good way that you put it, actually, because I like to try and make sure I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Same.
And
Never used to.
I'm quite disciplined with it, actually, because after 8 p.m., you're not getting anything out of me at all. And I don't really watch TV, but I will be browsing on my phone, doing research on my phone. I've got a TV in my room, but it hardly goes on. So, and I've got a thing on my phone that goes off at 9 o'clock. Calls don't come through. Everything goes on to do not disturb. And I love it because when I need to go to sleep, I'm not getting a phone call coming in and disturbing me. And if I have got enough sleep, it does set me up right for the morning, because at 6:45, I've got my first class on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. Yeah. So I literally get up every day at 10 to 6, if not before, but I get out of bed at 10 to 6.
I love that.
I get myself
Goals.
ready.
I'm really trying to be that. I think I did a month of 5:30 wake ups. My life was amazing, but it just wasn't sustainable for me.
Wasn't. Oh.
I like to go to bed late. I like to have after my son goes to bed. I love my like me time hours and like, you know,
just lounging around, enjoying yourself.
A lot of the time I'm on my laptop doing, like, as you say, research and bits of work.
Yeah.
When you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't.
And that's the only time where you can properly focus. And then I treat myself to like an episode of something. So yeah, I love that getting up early piece. I think it's so and they say, you know, billionaires, what are the billionaire habits? And a lot of them wake up.
They don't sleep.
Well, they don't sleep, but also they must go to bed late, but then still wake up at 4:30.
Yeah. It's true.
So yeah, no, great advice. So, question: what is the bravest thing you've done in your career to date?
The bravest thing I've done in my career to date. Which career? Are you talking about this career?
No, it can be either.
Any. The bravest thing I've done in my career to date. The bravest thing. Okay, so back in 2012, I quit my very good full-time job.
Ooh!
And became self-employed, but self-employed in the IT space. And that, as a homeowner, was a very risky thing to do, especially with children. But it was the best move of my life. It really was, because I've achieved so much more in that time than I would have done had I had stayed where I was. And it's allowed me to be an even better mum and wife too, but an even better mum, because I'm able to drop my kids to school, I'm able to pick them up sometimes. I'm able to be close by for school appointments and plays and assemblies, and take time off when I need to take time off, or work harder when I need to work harder. So I think that's the bravest thing I've ever done. There's a lot of women that would not necessarily do that.
A lot.
You know, because it can be demanding, but somehow I've managed to keep the balance right. So yeah, thank you.
So inspiring, especially for me, because I'm at that cliff edge, and it's like, are you really going to put your job in a global pandemic? Well, this is the thing. There's so, but what if it's like, but what if you fail? And it's like, but what if I fly? Like, there's so much that I'm got going at the moment, and you know, that's the thing that's least in alignment. And you know, it's about whether you back yourself enough to unlock your potential.
Exactly. And also, if you don't try, you'll never know where you can get to. And you have a backup plan. Your backup plan is you could always go back into what you were doing before, because I am assuming that you've got years of experience in whatever you have been doing. So it's just like some people that take a maternity break for 5 years to raise their kids. eventually they go back into their line of work. It's just the same. So I feel like it's always good to take a risk, believe in yourself, and the sky's the limit. I always say it.
I love it. So that is today's takeaway, ladies. Like, back yourself, because you know, you know what is inside of you and what your potential is. So don't let people undervalue you, because you know, you give yourself a chance to really get what you deserve.
Yeah, and I always say it's the power of the mind. If you believe yourself to be a champion, or you believe yourself to be a winner, then you're going to go and smash some goals. But if you start anything with a negative mind, you're starting in a losing position, and that's not where any of us want to be. So, yeah.
And sometimes it takes time to develop that mind. Sometimes it's not the light bulb.
It's not instant. Yeah.
But that's why you work with people. Like you go to fraternity, or you come work with me, and we'll coach you, because you know, I'm a coach that has a coach. I really believe in this as a self-development practice, to work with someone to really pull it out of you. Why should we do it alone? And it's almost like a self-care practice to invest in yourself in that way. And that you get the results, you know. You actually, if you've exchanged something, you want something back, and that is, you know, if you make that investment, make that pledge to yourself, that's when the magic happens.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even I can flip that on the fitness side. If you're putting in the work, improving your health and fitness, automatically you start to feel good. You start to look good. As a woman who in the working environment, you put on those heels, you strut your stuff, or you strut your stuff in your flats, whatever's most comfortable for you. But I just feel like it gives you a bit of added confidence to keep going. Personally, that's what I find. So, yeah.
It's so true. I love that note about the heels or flats, whatever you're into.
Or flats.
That's all it takes, though, isn't it? It's a mindset shift, and it can be the smallest thing that gives you that edge. But do whatever you need to, ladies. Okay, so speaking about joining fraternity, what do your clients say about you?
About me. Okay, so I would say that they agree that I'm motivating, and I'm inspiring and empowering. And I'm just going back by feedback that I get from my clients. Not everyone is a lover to exercise. It doesn't come naturally for everyone. But I try to find ways that will allow you to enjoy it. So, for example, yesterday, one of my clients was like, "Oh, I couldn't come to your class yesterday, Nistra. I was too tired." And she sent me a picture of her still in bed. So I said, "Are you up for a jog?" She was like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm serious. Are you ready for a jog? How long will it take you to put your clothes on?" She said, 5 minutes. I said, "Right, virtual jog, 5 minutes, and we're going." And literally, I downed tools for everything I was doing at that time. It wasn't scheduled. And we did a virtual jog just for 10 minutes. You know, we varied it between walking and running, but that got her out of bed that day. After that 10-minute run, she was showered. She got the energy to make herself a healthy brunch. And that was her winning for the rest of the day. And being able to have that relationship with my clients allows me to know what their weaknesses are, what they're prepared to do and what they're not prepared to do. So I would never tell her to jump on the spot and give me 20 burpees. She's not going to do that. But I knew that running is something we've been discussing. So why not? Let's do it now for the present. So now that I've done that with her, she knows that she's actually capable of running. She can do 10 minutes. So now I've empowered her to go out for 10 minutes and use the same strategy we did the day before. And today she was like, "What time is the abs class?"
Love that.
"Send me the link, please." And I was like, right, that's fantastic. She's starting to win. And I'm going to be coaching her for fitness, her health and fitness for the next 6 months. So for me, I can see she's got so much potential, but she's just a little bit lazy with it. She used the words herself, so that's why I'm going to use it now. So I said, "Look, I see a lot of potential. I need you to become very sharp with what you're doing. So let me mentor you, let me coach you, and we'll get there." And it's going well so far. So I don't like to push. I like to motivate, empower, inspire, find a way to get them to love fitness. And yeah, that works. For me, it works. And it's working for them as well, which is great. And even though many of the clients I'm training at the moment, it's all virtual. And sometimes to actually get a relationship with someone virtually can be quite difficult. But as I said on one of my posts, on one of my stories yesterday, I soon become your best pal. Whether you like it or not. And it's working. And I'm just hoping that that continues, and I'm able to, you know, build more relationships with clients where they're actually investing into their fit life and, you know, getting healthier.
Yeah. I love that one-on-one, like tailored support, like in the moment. That's really something that not everyone can offer. So it sounds like your package is really unique and very special. So last couple of questions before we wrap up. Penultimate question is, what is your message? What is the thing that you want to share with the world? What's the most important thing that you want to
there's two things, really. So I'm a lover of, just because you're a mum doesn't mean you have to give up on yourself. And so many mums are guilty of it. You know, your life doesn't stop when you have children. Especially your attitude to health and fitness is supposed to get stronger with children, because you want to be there in the best physical health possible to do things with them. You know, it's not dad running on a football pitch with them. You can run on a football pitch with them as well. And that's the message I try to drive to mums. You know, life doesn't stop when you have a baby. You can still look good. You can still feel good. You can still find time for yourself, and you don't have to feel guilty about it. And then the second aspect is the fitness side of it, the healthy side of it. It's really important to me to keep myself healthy. It's not about being thin. I'm not thin, you know. I'm African, I've got body, but it's about being healthy, a healthy heart, healthy cardiovascular system, healthy joints and stuff like that. And again, you know, having a baby, it can actually affect our health. You know, it can affect our joints, it can affect our muscles, it can affect our cardiovascular. I know parents, or mums I should say, who have developed diabetes in pregnancy and still has it, who have developed high blood pressure. You know, I know a couple of people in their 30s, or some that are not even 30 yet, and have high blood pressure or on medication. And little things like going to the gym or being active at home, going for walks, really does make a difference. And whether you've had kids or not, I believe deposit into your health bank now, so that when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you're still healthy, you're still fit. You can run, you can walk briskly, you can do exercise without feeling that you're having a heart attack, you know? So that's the message I'm trying to promote. That's the message I'm trying to share. And I do feel it's coming across. Sometimes I feel like giving up. And then I get a message that day that says, oh my God, I find your page so inspiring. Thank you. I'm going to try this. And I'd be like, oh, okay. The message is getting out there. You know, people don't always comment on Instagram. So you don't know whether your message is actually affecting anyone.
Yeah.
But when I get positive feedback, you know, oh, thank you for that, or that was really helpful, I'm like, okay, these tips, the message is getting out there. And yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
So good. And speaking of your Instagram, where can people find you?
Okay, so people can find me at _mum.me.fit. I do have a fraternity page, _fraternity_. However, I haven't been posting there too much right now, because it's quite hard to manage 2 Instagrams, kids, work, family. It's just a lot. So I kind of like put that on, not on hold, but that will be a page where it will grow slowly. So I'm bringing in a bit of fraternity. When I say fraternity, pre and postnatal, into mum.me.fit. And the reason why I wanted to distinguish the 2 pages is the high impact exercises that you see me doing sometimes, I would not advise a woman who has given birth 4 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, to embark on such exercises. So that one is a bit more of a gentle introduction to exercise, or what you can do when you're pregnant. So that page will grow slowly. So yeah, at me at _mum.me.fit, follow me, you know, ask me any questions. I really do respond. You know, I'm happy to help with advice and let you know if I don't know, and try and find out information as well. So yeah.
Amazing. Nusrat, it's been absolutely amazing talking to you. As you know, I'm going to be sharing this with my mums in the Mums Against Mum Guilt Facebook group. Hey mummies, this is another one of the interviews that you requested. So if you want to find more about fraternity, it's mum.me.fit.
Underscore first.
_mum.me.fit
Yeah.
on Instagram, and you've heard about the incredible service and the incredible things that she's doing. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one.